Hey there, welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits, coming to you from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California, USA. It's Easter Sunday. How about that?
It is. Did you hide eggs around Motortown?
I hid eggs around myself.
Where did you hide them? Did you hide them in a certain place?
Oh, yeah, no, they were all found immediately.
Inside your history hole?
Yes, exactly. That's where I keep all my eggs, darling. No, as you, dear listeners, probably deduced, the reason why I'm doing the intro is fearless leader Liza is still in. Where the hell is Liza?
Peru.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
I think she's headed back here tomorrow.
Deepest Peru. Yeah, she's riding a royal oil field around the back roads of Peru. And if she's not been arrested or eaten by a llama, she will be back tomorrow. But anyway, we have a lovely, lovely show for you this evening. Who's in the studio? Well, I shall tell you. Running the board and looking devilishly handsome, it's John.
Hoppity hoppity, the Easter Bunny is here.
That would be Attila the Bun to you. I, of course, am Emma, and I'm sitting on the Classic Girl couch. Hello, everyone. I'm Emma. Tra-la-la. Sitting immediately to my left. Yes, something funny, Doug. It's Todd.
I am Todd. I ride a Thruxton, and I have a really dead 996.
Yeah, and all those things. And sitting by his favourite window. Probably, I'm going to stick my neck out, Doug. I think you are one of the oldest serving misfits.
Yeah.
Presently, I think you are.
That are present here, yeah.
Yeah. It's Doug.
Yep. I never really left.
Right. And joining us from his workshop in Velveeta, Oregon, with lots of cheese in Velveeta, it's the Bagler.
Thank you, Easter Bunny. Bok, bok.
The Easter Bunny brought you an Atkins bar, didn't he?
It was delicious.
What an absolute rotter. I'd kick him in the ass if I were you.
That's the only kind of treat I can enjoy on Easter.
Now we have a mystery guest in the studio this evening. And we're going to come to him later, but you can do a quick introduction. Say hi, Connor.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, it's Connor!
I'm coming from wintry Canada.
Yeah, he's one of those Canadian types, and he
Welcome.
has a story to tell. But first things first, I mean, we always like to start off with news, of which I have none, but we do like to start off with what happened in the garage today. And I wasn't here, neither was John.
I was here for the last hour and a half.
Were you really?
I was.
Okay, so you got some of the action.
A little bit, yeah.
But I think, Doug,
Yeah.
it was a good day in the garage,
It was
wasn't
a great day, yeah.
Well, tell us all about it.
Oh, it was fun.
And
Tell us all about
Okay,
it.
you want to know details? Well, we opened at 11, and Jim and Micah and Charlie showed up for a little bit, and then they left.
right.
And then Connor showed up, and we started shooting the shit. And then, who else showed up after that? Oh, Michelle showed up.
Todd clearly showed up.
Yeah,
Right,
whoever
Todd
that
showed
guy
up,
is.
yeah. And Connor had some questions about the KLR. You're riding a KLR 650, correct?
Yes, I am.
Best
2015.
motorcycle in the world.
And,
Truly
I gotta
the
give him credit.
cockroach of the motorcycle world.
And Michelle showed
Never
up
heard that
with
before.
the TTR 125 that I sold her a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember that bike.
Yeah, so that thing had endured a couple Boulder Creek winters,
Yes.
and under a tarp outside, so it needed some TLC. So we would.
Was it
definitely give
mostly
some-
cosmetic TLC?
no
Mechanical?
There's no cosmetic TLC. It was all mechanical today. So
I can only imagine how ugly it's become living under a tarp in Boulder Creek.
it's got a new color added.
Patina.
So yeah, it's rust colored now.
Yeah, I was going to say, but it's
All the important parts
scabby.
are great. The bike is solid. It's bulletproof. So the issue was a little bit old gas. The carburetor still had the bowl still had a hole in the side. So she found a carburetor online, new, which was a aftermarket, non-branded. So we just swapped the bowl out. Took all the new bits off of the new carburetor that we could replace, like the float and the needle, and
Right.
and put that back together, gave it a good clean, and checked all the fluids, all the cables and everything, and now it's purring great.
Right.
Yeah. So the main thing the last problem that we had today with it was we had the throttle would not come down after you let go of the throttle.
Oh.
And so, you push the throttle forward and the idle would come down. And so cable's too tight, right? So we loosened the cable under the gas tank and then it wouldn't run at all. It wouldn't run at all. So you have to hold the throttle open to get it to run. So I'm like, okay, well, what happened here? Over the years, I guess the idle adjust had worked itself out and then the cable had worked itself in. So it was kind of keeping itself running with two wrongs. So
two wrongs.
Two wrongs made it right. So just adjusted the cable appropriately and then ran the idle screw back in and it starts.
And so now you've got an idle. Those are great little bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody is thinking about starting a dirty bike adventure, TTR 125 is a pretty good place to start.
They're amazing. There is a long way to go, no matter how big you are.
Now, what year's that beast?
04. It's an E, so it's got the magic button.
So that's probably a Japanese built one.
I don't know.
Magic button? What's the magic button?
Electric.
Oh, electric start.
Electric.
It's a TTR 125L, and the L is for electric.
Yes. Yeah, L for electric.
L for electric.
Electric.
Well, because I've got one on the ramp at Motortown right now.
Oh, yeah?
But it's an 07.
Uh-huh.
And it's Brazilian built.
Really?
Interesting.
And it's got the button?
No.
No.
Oh, no, you hoof.
Is it a big wheel or is it a little wheel?
It's kind of a medium-sized wheeler.
It's
got, I want to say it's got a 16-inch rear and a 19 front.
That's the big wheel version, yeah.
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 Well, you see,
The
to
one
me,
that- the one that
21's
Charlie
a
had-
big wheel.
Right, but it's a small bike. The one
Yes.
that Charlie bought was like a 14 and a 15, I want to say.
Yeah,
Something
tiny
like
little
that. Yeah,
thing.
tiny little thing. So, yeah, Michelle's is the big wheel.
But I know we did a standalone show a few years ago about where things were built. And I did some research, and it was an absolute eye-opener. Because people have no idea where things are built. What year's your Thrucky, Todd?
It's an 07.
So that's Thailand built.
I thought it was still the last of the UK. It's like 06. It has 06 on the frame, but its title is an 07.
I will tell you how you can tell. If you look on the engine and on the right-hand side, the triangular case.
Smells like pad thai, right?
If it says, if it's just got like,
Wag Buff Yen Yen.
if it's just got a British flag on it, it's Thailand built. If it actually says it's got the flag and Great Britain on it, it's English built.
I'll have to check that.
Yeah, check that. Because that's right on the cusp. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's right there.
They were bouncing production backwards and forwards. But the same with the TTR. Yamaha invested pretty heavily in Brazil. And they've built a ton of stuff out there. All the Japanese manufacturers have. But the TTR 125 was one of them. Anybody who has started off on a GZ 250, Spanish built.
Really?
Standalone factory in Santander,
Oh,
which is now closed. And they did GZ 250s there, and I want to say the DR 200. It was just they just did two bikes, and it was just set up for those two bikes. And Suzuki pumped millions into this factory, and then ran it for like 5 or 6 years, and then closed it. In the big scheme of things, tra-la-la.
Well, Jake was here too with his.
the reflex.
Yeah,
With his
Jake
reflex,
had a
right?
83 reflex. I think
It was
it was
86 reflex.
Well,
86, okay.
yeah, because Jake threatened he was coming over. Did I just see Michael of Michael and Conrad fame
You
on
did.
his
Yeah.
on his CT90?
Doug fixed it wonderfully too.
Stared at it.
But the magic diddle finger.
Yeah. So what? So CT90s. I mean, you talk about cockroaches; those things are
Yeah.
everywhere. So, what were the symptoms when it came in? What did you do? And what were the symptoms when it left?
The symptoms were it was just dying.
Randomly.
I didn't do shit. I just got on it and it worked. And
Says
then
magic ass you got.
and then he left. I don't know. We couldn't reproduce the problem really.
Okay.
So, but he said it died in his driveway.
Multiple
So-
times.
Maybe it died in his dreams.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I find that if you have cheese at bedtime, you have peculiar dreams. So I suspect he had a ham and cheese sandwich right at bedtime.
Probably.
And had these peculiar dreams about his CT90 dying. And then he woke up and it was reality.
He seems more like a French cheese guy to me, though.
You think? Do you think he's a brie?
Roquefort
I think
kinda guy.
he's a brie. Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't know. I told him to come back next week. earlier in the day. He
Well,
showed up.
as I was pulling in King Kong.
Well, he was only here for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so,
no, he was just leaving. The thing sounded healthy.
yeah, it
as a
sounded okay. I mean,
healthy thing.
it did die once when I was on it, but
Right.
yeah, I don't know. Did not enough time to diagnose.
I think
it.
Emma should hire you if your magic ass just sticks stuff.
I just got to sit and check.
Well, no, I love it.
Razzle-dazzle.
I love it when bikes fix themselves, but it's no good for business, darling.
So I did a bunch of stuff on the DRZ today too. Put a new sprocket on the rear. That was the big thing.
Well, I mean, what are you aiming to? Are you just replacing worn out parts?
It felt geared for dirt, and then I looked at the teeth, and it stopped 1544,
Yeah.
and so I put a 41 on the back.
Well,
And
that'll
it's great
get you
now.
down
I love
for
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all it takes.
and then a couple other odds and ends and stuff, and then we worked on Connor's bike too. Or Connor, what did you do to your bike?
Oh, I came in asking, just trying to ask some questions and ended up working on the chain. Haven't gotten that clean in a long time.
Oh, yeah,
Which, I mean, this is as good a time as any to talk about Connor, because you, Connor, are on quite an epic adventure, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, where did you start from?
Well, I started in a little ski town just north of Vancouver, Canada, named Whistler. Pretty well-known spot. Hosted the Olympics there. I spent some time, about past 10 days, driving down the whole West Coast, following 101, and then Highway 1 down California, all the way to Santa Cruz here.
And then where is your plan to end up?
Well, I've only gone about a quarter of the way so far.
Yes.
I still got about another 7,500 kilometers.
Yes.
Yes, we're
no,
using
we
metrics.
we use freedom units here in America.
I-
They're called miles, sweetie. So 7,500 clicks is about 4,500 miles.
Roughly
4,800 miles.
4,500, yeah.
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 And where
So-
are you going to end up?
Next destination after Santa Cruz, I'm spending 2 weeks here.
Yes.
I'll be ending up in Florida for some festivals, some rock festivals.
Cool.
Over at Daytona Beach. And then got to go back to my adult life in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, boo!
Yeah.
Yeah, well, being a grown-up is clearly catch. So, how long do you think this whole adventure is going to take you?
I made myself a lot of time. I got about 2 months on the road.
Okay.
And your steed of choice?
KLR 650, the cockroach.
The cockroach.
himself.
I've never heard it called that, but I love it.
What year
Well,
is it? What year is it?
2013.
2013. Cool.
Yep.
And it's a very, very handsome bike. It's a Gen 2, so it's got all like the big bodywork on it, and it's quite a lurid shade of Kermit green metallic
Yes.
and black.
That is my first road bike. I made sure to install the crash bars right away.
Ooh,
That's
this
impressive.
is interesting. So, okay, how long have you ridden road, Connor?
That, like I said, that was my first bike. I
Yes.
bought that about 2 years ago. At
Okay.
a dealership in Vancouver. Got ripped off, but
Well, it's
2 years ago, everybody was getting ripped off.
Dealership, there you go.
well, you bought a bike in defense of the dealership without knowing what you paid for it. I mean, you bought it at the absolute top of the market when used bikes were very short supply.
was it?
Yeah, and pretty much in the middle of the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel a bit better.
And, KLRs are interesting bikes because used, they do tend to fetch quite a chunk of
They
money.
do. Even the older, like mid '90s ones, they want like $3,000.
$3,000 is a
Oh,
well,
yeah. At
You know,
least.
I always try and, pretty much everyone who listens to this podcast rides motorcycles, so they know. But I always, for the spouses and the boyfriends and the girlfriends, I always try to put it in car terms, and I think it's kind of what I call the Toyota 4Runner complex.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how big a piece of shit Toyota 4Runner you've got,
Or Tacoma.
it's
Exactly.
worth a fortune, and so it is with the KLR 650.
Yes.
And they're great bikes, whether they're worth as much. But now we're getting into different moral arguments. So how has this thing been serving you thus far?
Oh, it's been absolutely fantastic.
Because it's a big bike, isn't it?
It's
so you've
such
got plenty,
a big bike.
You've got plenty of room to move around.
I'm upgrading myself from just a kid riding dirt bikes, super light dirt bikes. This motorcycle is by far about 300 pounds heavier than anything I've ever ridden.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're not a big guy, are you?
No.
No.
That bike is fully loaded too.
Absolutely.
You're looking at it, and it's only about half loaded at the moment.
Oh,
Right.
wow,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah.
of course, so let's go back. How long have you been riding dirt?
Only since I was 16. So.
Well, how old are you now? Because you look about 12, darling. You know, you look like...
Gonna card you.
No, so how long ago was that?
I'm currently 24.
Okay.
That's
8 years.
8 years ago. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Looking back,
well,
yeah.
I mean, it's nothing and everything. And I mean, you can pack in a lot of experiences in dirt. And I know that if you've been riding dirt and you've been riding serious dirt, and you seem like the kind of cat who takes things quite, seriously, you've probably gained quite a bit of upper body strength. So, for your size, you're
He's got some guns over here, man.
Yeah. Them guns, Smith and Wesson, the gun show. So you can push this thing around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had to do some strength training to
Right. So
even properly manage that bike.
when you bought your bike, so so we've already established you've ridden dirt. What was your steed of choice when you rode dirt?
Well, so my first job, my first paycheck, I ended up buying this bike. It's a 1979 KDX, Kawasaki KDX 175.
Oh, I know those bikes.
Little two-stroke.
Yep.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, punchy little bike.
Ooh, fantastic.
And they nice
Love that
little
bike.
sharp power band, and you just keep it on the pipe. So the KDX lasted how long?
Approximately about a year and a half of on and off riding.
But that's a great introduction to dirt. And it teaches you a lot about momentum.
Me and my best friend, we kept crashing the damn thing, and then it finally broke.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and then
Still looking to fix it up. I think it's a
So you've still got
stator
it?
issue. Yeah, we still got it sitting along with all the other bikes.
right. Well, we're going to come to them. So, and you encountered a problem that a lot of people are, because there's a lot of interest now in these 1970s dirt bikes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. People are really kind of getting into this whole nostalgic thing. And the one thing that's grinding a lot of people to a halt is electrics. Stators, rotors, because
We were just having that conversation.
Yeah,
weren't
we're
we?
just talking. He's got things got points on it. So.
yeah,
Yeah.
points you may still be able to get points, but rotor you might find somebody who can rewind it. But the stator, a lot of cases, the stators lose magnetism.
Well, who's that?
Oh,
we
do
just
they?
talked about that Stater guy that was recommended, right? What's his name?
I would use Ricky Stater.
Ricky Stater, yeah.
Right. But yeah, so if your stator loses magnetism, right now I've got a little Suzuki 80 on the ramp with a weak spark. And the reason it's got a weak spark is the stator's lost all its magnetism. So instead of the generator pumping out, 6 volts AC, which it should, it's pumping out 3. So, I'm really not sure. We're gonna scour the country and maybe Holland as well, CSM&L, and see if we can get a stator. So you and your buddy shared the KDX. Oh.
More like I was teaching him. And
Yeah, well, that's great. And, motorcycling's a sharing hobby. And then, what happened then? What'd you buy?
Well, got a little spendy. I ended up helping a neighbor clean her garage. We ended up finding an abandoned XT500.
Oh, cool.
Little
there you
Yamaha.
go.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Beautiful condition, just didn't run.
Yeah.
And we were...
That is a lot of bike.
Yeah.
That is a lot
Yeah.
of bike.
Can't remember the year it was. It must have been a 90s bike. But we ended up... We couldn't find parts for it, especially in Canada.
Right.
We found a parts bike that was running, and life got in the way. We just never got around to swapping any parts and just fixing it up.
And so
making
now
one
that's
good
in your
bike.
garage now, isn't it?
Sitting in a tent in our
that's
backyard.
even worse.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, for about 6 years now.
Oh, I knew there
Yeah.
was something I liked about this guy. Anything else?
Let me think. You got an very unknown bike just sitting in
Mystery bike.
scraps in
Unknown.
that tent too.
No, the unknowns are the best.
Yeah.
That's the adventure. It's like, what is it? Well, it's the thing, isn't it?
That same neighbor said, "Hey, you want this?" And I said, "I got no use for it, but I still want it."
And,
Yep.
and therein lies the problem, and I know Doug's encountered this in the past, is once your neighbours get wind that you're like the motorbike guy,
Yeah.
Yep.
you get all kinds of crap foisted on you. And there are some jewels out there. Oh, I can't believe I got given this. On the other side of the coin, you really end up with some like, my God, what is this thing?
My friend just the other day, he's like, I got a bunch of shit in my storage unit. You want it? I'm like, no.
Maybe.
He's like, oh, there's fairings and wheels, and I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
And the problem is exacerbated if you have a British accent, because now you get all the British crap. And you get like, oh, I've got this old BSA in my garage. Oh, it's got a BSA. And you go around there and it's the biggest pile of shit you've ever seen in your life. And it's like, oh, God, I don't want to upset this guy, but, I mean, what am I going to do with this?
You got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, I really think you do. You really have to say stop. So I've noticed a commonality thus far is you're definitely in the older bikes. Now, did anything follow the TT? So you're still dirt only. I mean, you're terrorizing the hills around where you live, I'm sure.
No, and then so I ended up with the KDX, and I graduated high school not long after that, and I moved to Vancouver.
Okay.
No, I moved to Whistler.
Okay.
And
so, I mean, tell us a little bit about Whistler. I mean, I'm guessing it's quite a substantial town. I mean, if it hosted the Winter Olympics, there must be something there.
An insane town. You meet all the loveliest characters, and this is the largest ski resort in North America.
Oh, really?
It's two mountains. It's Whistler Mountain and Blackcomb Mountain. Yeah.
And so you get the ski brigade, you get the snowboard brigade, and I know
all
there's
that in the winter and all the mountain biking in the summer.
Right. Did you know there's quite a conflict between the skiers and the snowboarders?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know about this? They don't actually like one another that much.
Like rollerbladers and skateboarders. Or?
Yeah.
I don't know about either of that. But so it's so in the winter time. How long is the riding season? About 6 months or a little bit less?
It goes for about 6 or 7 months, I bet.
Okay.
Yeah. We were running, I'm sure they're running till usually about mid-May.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
And so there's points where the mountain bikers and the skiers are intertwined. You'll see both people on the mountain.
Right.
So half of the lower part of the mountain is melted. The dirt trails are open immediately.
Right.
All the mountain bike trails are open as soon as that snow is gone.
Now, the bicycle people, what about dirt biking, actual motorcycling?
There's plenty of FSRs. You know where to look.
Yes. Okay.
What's FFSR?
Forest Service Road.
Okay.
Yeah. What's
Which can be very, very quick riding as well, John.
You can, yeah.
You can, I mean, especially if you're riding a tool like an XT500, you can honk a load of fire service road at 70, 80 miles an hour. Because the visibility tends to be pretty good. And they're wide enough for a truck. So all it takes is cojones.
Those roads are well built. You can drive just about anything on there.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go back to 2022. And you decide that you want a street bike. What led up to that decision to say, right, I'm done? Well, not necessarily I'm done with dirt, but I just want to make the transition to street.
And why a KLR, too.
Yeah, right.
Well, it took me a while to start. I've always wanted to get another bike while I was living in Whistler. It's a perfect place to have a motorcycle, especially a dual sport.
Right.
So you got all those winding roads up the I-99, not the I-99, the Highway 99, Sea Sky Highway. And you end up like you need a dual sport to really get.
Well, hang on. I'm going
out of that.
I'm going to stop you
out
there.
of the lifestyle.
and we can do a quick survey. How many people in this room think a KLR 650 is a dual sport, and how many think it's an adventure bike? So let's.
Oh, that's a great question.
So let's. You obviously think it's a dual sport, and I kind of do as well. So I'm going to stick my hand up with Connor for dual sport. Any other dual sport fans?
I kind of lean on the dual sport.
I'm going to say that
Three,
too. It's more dual sport than a
four.
big GS, yeah.
Doug? You think it's an adventure bike? Because I mean, you've got kind of its arch rival. You've got the DRZ 400, which is
I've got
definitely
three of its arch rivals.
But the DRZ 400 is definitely a dual sport.
Absolutely.
There's no way that in any way, shape, or form that's an adventure bike.
Right.
And your XRs.
And the XR 650
Is
R and the L.
Both.
Well, the R is more of a race bike. But
Yeah, now the R, I think the R's its own thing. The R's a competition bike with lights, so let's take that one off the table. So XR 650L, DRZ 400, KLR 650.
Right. I mean, we've talked this to the ground, basically, the difference and similarities between those two. So, I mean, if you're asking my opinion...
Yes, I'd like it.
As far as capability with other bikes in that same category would be way more capable as a dual sport than the KLR.
Right. But then
Until you get them on the road.
Then when it comes
Yeah.
to doing what Connor's doing,
Right.
it does kind of shine.
But
Because, I mean, I've ridden distance on a DRZ 400, and it does beat you up your...
Dual sport is
Different.
be able to do
Right.
both equally, right?
Yeah.
No, you're right about that.
But anyway, so you decide, so you've got this idea rolling around in your head that I want a bike that I can actually ride on the road.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure of the process in Canada, because obviously you've got to get licensed and you've got to do... So how do you start that process going?
Very similar to what you got here in the U.S.
Yes.
You have a learner's license, everything like that.
Right.
Um,
Do you have a Canadian DMV?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think they name it differently for each province, but it's something...
I'm sure they're a lot more polite. Because,
Yes. Yes, the lineups are a lot less.
California DMV.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the irony is, certainly with the California DMV, is the pandemic kind of fixed it.
Really?
Because, pre-pandemic, you know, the lines would be like a city block long, and you'd get in.
way.
It was
No
It's
way.
totally true, yeah.
It was crazy.
really.
And then you'd get in,
kidding
and
me.
all the clerks would be just
Pissed off.
completely frazzled, overworked and underpaid, and there was no reasoning with them. And then the pandemic came along and everything went online. And then gradually they kind of opened them up fully. And every time I've gone to the DMV, and I've been like probably 5 times post-pandemic. Wow. I'm in and out in like half an hour.
Yeah.
And the clerks are nice. Well, as nice as you're going to find clerks in the DMV.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're chosen for their pleasantness, but you know, they're obviously the pandemic kind of fixed it. So I'm expecting something in Canada like that, just nice people and.
You know, I remember this Simpsons episode. They compared the DMV to hell.
Oh yeah, of course.
Pretty appropriate.
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
forgot Homer's. Is it Homer?
His
or
other sister-in-law.
Marge's sister?
Marge's sister, yeah.
Yeah, Marge's sisters, twin sisters, work at the
It's a hell in
DMV.
purgatory. Yeah.
So, you get your learner permit. Now, did you buy the bike first, or did you get a learner permit and see if you
So,
could beg, steal, or borrow?
I
a bike?
had my full license at that point.
Okay.
I got my license in Ontario, Canada,
Okay.
and swapped all my licenses over. It took me a few years. Should have done it ages ago, but
Well, hey, you know.
And did you ever take any professional instruction or?
yes, I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
tell us
for
about that.
M1 was our first license. That's
Okay.
a very learner's license. You do the test, and then almost immediately after, you're allowed to do the course. I was doing the course over on the Honda campus. I think that's the national campus.
nice.
Right.
Yeah. So they let us use all different types of models, Hondas,
Really?
everything you can think
And
of.
how intense was that? Was it like a weekend thing or?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was about 2 days long.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great.
So
They,
kind of a long weekend.
yeah, they taught us everything you need to know.
You know, Honda are amazing. Probably, God, 5 years ago now, me and Liza did a trip down to LA.
Yeah.
Primarily to visit Honda HQ. And on the way back, we decided to visit the Honda training facility for dirt bikes because they have specific
Yeah.
dirt bike training. And you talk about a well-funded, well-organized, it's just an incredibly good experience. They put you on exactly the right bike for you, kit you up with all new gear. I mean, I remember walking into the gear room and there's jackets, pants, boots, gloves, everything as far as the eye could see in every size. Everything had Honda on it, of course. Yeah. And then, you know, they teach you absolutely the perfect technique. And it's, you know, it's nice to see Honda do that for the street as well.
You know what? We didn't get the gear.
You had to provide your own gear.
I found someone on the marketplace. He was renting gear. So I got this helmet that didn't fit me. I got this gear that didn't fit me.
There you go.
He pulled it out of his car trunk and said, "Here you go. That'll be $50."
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
there you go.
Shit.
Oh, cool. I just need it for a weekend.
Okay, so you got it and you got your test.
Yeah.
And so now you're licensed and you've so KLR 650, was this your first choice?
Yes.
Why?
I heard of the
Because he's a smart man.
You shut up, you.
legendary reliability of the KLR.
There you go.
And I was a little enamored with Kawasaki's, especially that being my first dirt bike.
Right. Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I saw I had that KDX was also the Kawasaki Green, the classic.
Right.
And I saw
you
this
bought the color.
Kawasaki.
So you saw the
Another
bike first and you're
green
like,
Kawasaki on the dealership's website said, this, I'm going to go in, I'm going to look at it, I'm not thinking of buying it yet, I'm going in.
That's the way it works.
Oh, I'm full of shit.
everyone says the same thing.
And the dealership knew that too.
Of course.
Yeah.
And you said this was your first big trip. What did you said you packed a lot of shit. It looks like you packed a lot of shit. What are a few of the things that you thought you were absolutely going to need that you no longer have on your bike?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring a hammock. I'm going to hammock it. And, the first, only about one of those days, I actually found some proper trees to, camp out on. So I ended up using the tent most of the time. I'm thinking, I got to ditch the hammock. There's no point. There's an underquilt, some stupid shit.
Well, hey, it's better to have it.
Right. I told myself, I gotta be. I'm gonna overpack, and then I'm gonna lose stuff as I go.
Right.
There you go.
But-
you wish you should have brought.
But
Well, you're
My
dealing with some
puffy.
cold weather, too.
I completely forgot to grab my puffy.
so, I mean, and I'm always very, very interested of people who do these epic trips. When did the idea for this gel in your head, or is it kind of tied up with you buying this bike? I mean, I've got almost like a suspicion in the back of my head. Is always, when I get a street bike, I can do one of these mammoth road trips. And I mean, it was that kind of what was in your head, even when you bought the bike.
I can't. I'm not sure what exactly inspired me, but I've always. I loved the idea of taking these. Just loved road tripping in my car. I've driven to Whistler from Toronto back and forth about 3 times across Canada. And I said, you know what? It's time to do it on a motorcycle. I think I need to challenge myself.
Right.
That's cool.
And it's a great time of year to get out of town, because I'm sure it was winter time when you left.
Oh, pure winter.
And when you get back, it's going to be like late springtime and the weather's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
So how long did it take you to actually plan the trip, or is it completely unplanned? You just said, this is where I want to be, this is where I want to go, and this is how much time I've got.
I'm not a planner.
Okay.
I ended up leaving my job, and I it took about a month to fix up the bike, get everything ready, and then I just
So let's talk about what you did to the bike to get it ready.
It really didn't need a lot.
Well, I was going to say there's no real instruction manual that says, I'm going on a long road trip on a middleweight bike. This is what I need to do. I mean, you can use common sense about tires and stuff like that. But what did you actually do to your bike? I mean, how many miles were on it when you left?
So I ended up with about, we're still using metric here, 68,000 kilometers.
Oh, so it's got some
on
miles
the
on
odometer.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought it at 58,000 kilometers.
Okay, so it's 58 Bagel, 35,000 miles.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
just about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
35,000 miles. Yep. So it's got a few miles on it, but it's a KLR.
But man, it runs like new, I swear.
Yeah, and they do, as long as you keep on top of
Yeah.
the oil. As the weak point in any single cylinder bike is
Yeah,
the
we
oil.
were talking about that. Now, you've been staying at an interesting sort of thing that I haven't heard of before. Can you explain that sharing place where you're staying and working and all that?
Oh, so
Across the
this
country,
is, living in a ski town, you live with many different characters. I met a lot of Australians. Those guys, they love to travel.
They do, yeah.
They love to travel.
And drink beer.
And booze it up. And my friend Dylan, he ended up he rode his bicycle down the whole West Coast, and I think he was using his work away. That's what this is called. It's called work away, where you end up working. You find any different hosts. There's hundreds of them all over just continental US, and you end up working for them. They'll give you free room and free accommodation in exchange for 5 hours of work per day, 5 days a week. Yeah.
And so
And food, too, right?
And food, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, so that's not a bad deal. So,
He's doing that here, too, so.
right.
I'm doing that here in Santa Cruz, yeah.
So you have to commit to 5 days of work. And so,
Well, the length of stay, you can stay as long as currently the minimum stay was about 2 weeks here, which was perfect. I wanted to spend a lot of time here in Santa Cruz.
right.
And I'm spending time right on this.
So what do you actually doing in terms of work? Because this is an interesting prospect for people who
exactly
haven't got
right.
a great deal of
Yeah.
money.
Yep.
Absolutely. So Workaway, you can generally you're working on homesteads, something like a farm, like a very small farm. You have hosts; they're always looking for help. Someone just dig up a trench or something, and maybe you need to feed the chickens. It's such simple menial work. And then half the time you don't end up working the 5 hours.
Right.
So they're just looking
tomorrow-
for someone to do some quick chores.
Tomorrow, start at 7 a.m., finish by noon. I'll wake up at 11. We'll go ride at noon.
Yeah. All right.
Fix those brakes first, though.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Brakes are-
That's the next.
he's got some brake
that's the
problems.
next project.
So that sounds great because we come to the ultimate question. We have a lot of people traveling here, and we have a lot of people who have the kind of job that they can work on the road, and as long as they can fire up their laptop and have Wi-Fi signal, they can do their work, and that's great.
Highly recommend Workaway.
Right. We have a lot of people who are independently wealthy, either from family or from a job, and I finance it that way. We have people who've taken sabbatical. But it sounds like you're an ordinary cat, you had an ordinary job, you need to finance this thing, and you're doing it via Workaway.
And how do you get involved with? Is this just a website that you go and apply at, or
It's just a website. You pay something like a $50 a year membership.
Okay.
Pennies.
and it'll just say who's available and where and when?
Yeah, exactly. You have all those lists of hundreds of hosts all over America.
That's pretty cool.
Now,
This is a worldwide thing, too.
Is it something that guys and women can do?
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
you've encountered both, and
this is my second Workaway. I've only ever done this on this trip.
right.
Yeah.
And what are your experiences
It's
thus far?
fantastic. Everybody here has been so nice. Like, I had my first Workaway in Bend, Oregon.
Okay, I know Bend.
Yeah, great group of people. They actually contacted me instead and said, "Hey, come by and spend some time here." They're
How did they find you? You have a profile
avid
on?
motorcyclists as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
And so you have that commonality before you even set foot on the place. Because, the thing is with bikes is if you're amongst people who like motorbikes, you're really onto a winner out the gate.
It's true.
Because you share that interest. You share that love of these things.
Yeah, I don't know who I was talking to about it. It said, riding my motorcycle, this trip has been completely different compared to driving a car. Everybody has been so intense, and it was just so nice along the way. I stop and get gas, and I already got two people coming up to me and asking me, yeah, my bike is packed. They know I'm going somewhere, and we're just chatting up.
In the car, you look
fantastic.
Homeless.
Yeah. I look like a bum.
Yeah, I think you're more vulnerable on a bike, so people feel like they can attach it.
Right. Yeah, and but it goes back. I don't know whether you got it in Canada. It's long before you were born, but way back in the late '60s, there was a show on American TV called Then Came Bronson. And the whole premise of this show was this guy who was, I can't remember what he was a professional of some description. And he decided, I'm going to give all this shit up and I'm just going to ride my motorcycle around, and it's his adventures. And there's a great shot at the beginning of the show. And he's lane splitting, and he pulls up next to this guy in this station wagon who's wearing a suit. The guy in the station wagon is just like, oh man, I wish I was doing what you are. And he says, well, hang in there, man, hang in there. And I think it's a lifestyle that a lot more people would aspire to than you think.
Right.
But are just frightened to make that first step because it's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear, where am I going to sleep tonight? Where's my next meal coming from? What happens if I get beaten up on the road? What happens if my bike breaks down? And if you can make that leap of faith, I've yet to meet somebody who regrets traveling on a motorbike.
Absolutely. I don't regret it yet.
I don't think you will.
This has been my best trip so far.
Sitting in that seat where you are, we've probably had, God, how many over the years, guys?
Yeah. Oh, lots.
20, 30, 40 travelers. And everyone says the same thing, that this is a life-changing experience. And it's not for everyone. But if you've got that inkling, if you've got that wanderlust bug inside you,
I don't think I'll ever travel by car again.
Wow.
Road trip by car, no.
Better stay single.
Yeah.
And what brought you by the Recycle Garage today? And
yes.
How'd you hear about it?
There's the question.
Yeah, so my workaway host, I don't know how the topic came up. I don't know the connection, but she mentioned that this is something Santa Cruz does. You guys have your own little community garage. I've never heard of this concept before. And, it sounded fantastic.
So you've never heard the podcast before either?
Never.
Oh, wow.
No.
Right. Well, we were one of the very, very early adopters as far as podcast goes. I think it's year 15 maybe for the podcast, even longer for the garage. But, the garage, I wish you had the opportunity to meet Liza. Because she really got the whole thing started.
Well, you'll be here another week or two.
I'll be here for about
you'll meet her next week.
Yeah.
You'll meet her next week.
I'll be back next week.
Yeah.
But Liza really started this garage as a means to meet friends. But it was in a direct answer to people who can't afford to take their bikes to motorcycle shops.
Yeah.
Now, I'm lucky enough, I own my own motorcycle shop. But the shop rate's $150 an hour. And that's how it's going to be. And I'm very, very proud that I don't jack up the prices for people who are wealthy and have got exotic bikes. That is the shop rate. If you ride a Vincent Black Shadow, fantastic. If you ride a scooter, it is the same shop rate. But no, not everyone can afford that. And if somebody comes to my shop and they really cannot afford to get their bike fixed, especially if they rely on it for transport, I'm going to fix their bike and I'm going to lie about how long I worked on it. I say, it only took me half an hour and it might have taken me all day. But I always say, look, there's this garage in Santa Cruz. It's free. But guess what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be working on your bike. Doug's not going to be working on your bike. Todd's not going to work, or John. You are going to be working on your own bike. We'll hover around and make sure you don't get too far bent out of shape with it. And so the concept is great because working on your bike is very, very much part of the ownership experience. And I really think, mechanics aren't for everyone, but laying your hands on your own bike, really, it takes riding it to a new level.
Yeah.
It's very fulfilling.
It's hugely fulfilling. Right. And if you're not mechanically inclined, just getting a friggin' sponge and some water and soaping your bike down and lathering it off on a Sunday is enormously therapeutic, and it really is a bonding experience for you and your bike.
Can you say soap and lather again, please?
Soap and lather.
I got to stand up now.
Lather.
Getting hot in here. Doug, what was your... I probably heard this before, but how did you find a garage? Since you were one of the early ones.
I was dating a young lady who knew some people in Derby, in roller derby, that were riding motorcycles, and they knew about this place. And my girlfriend at the time, Jennifer, had a 74 CL 360 scrambler.
Oh, okay.
That needed a little bit of work. It ran, but it needed some stuff. So she came by one Sunday. I was just tagging along.
You rode before? Or
I rode a couple times. Like my brother had a bike, and I rode it to school a couple times, but it wasn't a passion.
Oh, cool.
And then I just kept coming back, and then Liza was like, "Here you go. Here's a 1980 Honda.
Right.
Yeah.
Get it running, and it's
So
yours."
me and Doug are friends on the Book of Faces. And he just posted a photograph
that
of
was
you wearing that awful helmet on
That
a
was Liza's
CB400.
helmet.
Yeah, right.
That was Liza's helmet, and I didn't own any gear.
And that was what, 14 years ago?
Yeah, 14 years.
Yeah,
That was
2010.
that was like a month, like 4 weekends
Right.
after. Yeah, probably 4 solid Sundays of working on it, not knowing what the hell I'm doing.
But but you were riding it.
Yeah, I was riding it.
And it lit the spark because, it's we don't claim to have all the answers here, but if we can light a bit of a fire underneath somebody and get people interested in it, it can be something that lasts a lifetime.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I wish we had this community garage.
Well,
in Canada.
start it.
Yeah, that's what Liza would say. Start it.
Yeah.
Open your garage up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, seriously. This is exactly what Liza would say, Connor. If you've got a riding community in your town,
So many people.
right, so
They just emerge.
so quit blubbering about not having a recycle garage.
As soon as the winter
run
ends,
it.
they come out of hibernation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just open your garage and...
Yeah, if you have access to a space and chairs, they will come. You open up your garage on a Sunday and put chairs out, and before you know it, you've started a garage.
And Liza used to say before Emma came, there was never a mechanic here. They were just everybody helping each other, trying to figure things out, looking at manuals. But so I mean, you don't have to be Emma to open your own garage.
No, absolutely. I mean,
No, not at all.
It's in a lot of ways, the garage is a purer concept without me here. Because it's people figuring them out
With no safety net.
and and I mean, truthfully, I see my role here as really as the ultimate safety net, because I don't want to fix people's bikes. I mean, I do that all day during the week, but I want to be kind of like a last line of defense. But there's something very, very cool about people just really figuring stuff out themselves. I mean, I've been doing this so long. A bike can come in and say, "Oh yeah, it's that," and then do that, and it'll be fixed.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool in itself because now you've got more time to do other stuff. But it's also kind of neat if you have to kind of figure it out from scratch.
Well, like that couple that came in 2 weeks ago, they had the little moped, and I watched you put that together. It was a wire, but those two just lit up. That when they saw that bike, you hooked those two.
That was a 1976 Pooch Maxi.
Yeah, that was fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was wild. I mean, it had more in common with a bicycle than a moped.
Absolutely.
But little 2 horsepower, fully automatic engine, and it was great because what a great place for her to start.
Right.
And so I gave her a list of parts she needed. You need to buy this, this, and this, and this. And then I told her where to get them from. And so She thought it might be a week, and I thought that was ambitious. I thought 2 weeks will be a bit more like it. So I'm expecting them back next week.
But they were hooked. You hooked them there.
Yeah. So, it's a great concept, and I highly recommend it to you, Connor.
I would love to get that started.
Well, so there you go.
And I do not believe it exists anywhere in Toronto.
Well, I mean, you're young enough. You've got the energy. If you've ridden your bike all around mainland USA, you got the chops as well.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, why didn't you do Recycle Garage Toronto?
I would love to. Yeah.
Yep.
You heard it. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. So, when you leave Santa Cruz, how long are you back in town for? 10 days?
I'm in Santa Cruz for about another week and a half.
Okay, great.
At minimum.
And then. So, work away. Do you line up these jobs ahead of time, or do you just kind of wing it and go?
This is the last one that I've done researched so far. When I'm headed to Florida, I got nothing.
I was telling about Bunker Biker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bunker Biker.
Yeah, that sounds brilliant.
Oh, there's Airbnb and Bunker Biker. I mean, Airbnb.
It's crazy to sound. My whole goal, the entire trip, is to not pay for accommodation.
Bunker Biker's going to be your friend.
That's BLM doable, land, like we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
BLM land.
Walmart parking lots.
There's also like couch surfing websites too.
Yeah.
There are.
So, I mean, there's various means. The reason I like Bunker Biker, it's one of our regulars, Z, who's been coming here for many, many years, on and off. And Z really hasn't... Her home has been her bike for 5-6 years. That's her home.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And she just travels around with this community. And she'll latch onto a place. And, she might be there for 6 months, 7 months. But at heart, she's a traveller. And she's just... And so she formed this thing, Bunker Biker.
It's on Facebook.
And it's a community.
Did she start that?
Yeah, she started Bunker Biker.
Okay. No way.
And it's just for motorcycle people, so you know what you're getting into. And it's not just motorcycle people, it's people like you who are travellers. Mm-hmm. So they know the challenges. I got into hosting purely by accident. My house, which is about 35, 40 miles south of here, is exactly halfway between BC and Cabo. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, wow.
So I hosted years and years ago a couple of Canadian guys, Will and Max. And it had rained all the way from BC to Santa Cruz. And they came and did the show, and they were wet, and they were miserable, and they were regretting their life decisions. And I said, well, have you got anywhere to stay? And they said, no. So, well, come over to my house. And so I showed them the washing machine. I said, wash all your knickers and socks. Wash all your clothes. There's the shower. You get the bed. You get the couch. And, and they did all the things. They only stayed with me about 9 hours. And it was enough. They recharged their batteries.
Yeah,
and I was told from my house all the way down to Cabo.
Oh, wow.
It was bright sunshine all the way, so it was great. But after that, I've hosted more and more Canadians, and I'll just get somebody call me out of the blue, and he's just going over the kind of the jungle telegraph. Yeah. Are you Emma? I heard I can stay with you, and I'm like, you Canadian adventure bike? Yeah. It's like, okay, there's the washing machine, there's the bed, there's the shower,
Yeah, you're famous in Canada.
Yeah, I guess, amongst a certain element.
So to all of our listeners, you don't need to spend a lot of money to travel. There's lots of ways you can do this. So get out there and do it.
This is what I'm getting to, because I always try and encourage our listeners. We know you love motorbikes, that's why you listen to the fucking podcast. But if you've ever got a notion that I would like to travel, but I can't because I haven't got the money, because I can't afford an exotic touring bike, because I have a job that won't give me time off. I mean, Connor, you've really poo-pooed all these ideas. Number one, you quit your job. Can I ask what you did?
I was working as a truck driver at the moment.
Oh,
Not long haul.
Okay.
No, working for
Stick him up.
Oh, it's Naked Jim, and he's got a knife. You know what, mate? That's a bloody knife. Come in and sit down.
Jim, not there.
Not this one.
No, there's a bum mic. So, actually, CDL, and I'm a CDL holder as well.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Commercial driver license.
Yeah. You can always find work.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't spend time as a commercial driver. I wasn't doing those long haul.
Oh, no, just local stuff?
No, just local stuff. Just working for the community, the charity.
Oh, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
Okay. Driving a box truck?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Cube trucks.
Nice. Yeah, I know, exactly, with a little bobtail on the back. Those things are cool. So you quit your job, which is, there you go, so you can go on your adventure. You're supporting yourself on your adventure. I mean, you need some money, Connor. Do you have any savings, or are you just... I mean, before I make you turn out... Before I make you turn out your pockets, where's your next tank of gas coming from?
We were talking about pegging earlier.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Sounded like he was down.
No, and I mean these are questions that I'd like to, because the way you're doing this trip is really going to help somebody who's thinking along those lines and trying to talk themselves out of it because of all these reasons. So yeah, I mean, money's obviously tight. But you've made it thus far, and you seem pretty confident that you're going to make it to Florida.
Yeah,
right?
I think I'm quite good at winging it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people like to do that. Some people don't.
Yeah. GWAW. GWAT. Good at winging it.
Yeah.
I think that's a worthwhile tattoo. I might do it on the inside of my lip later tonight.
So when you
good with it, fuck it. Wait, what'd you say it was?
What?
Good at winging it.
Good at winging
it.
Gowie.
Yeah, I'm going to get tattooed on the inside of my lip.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm coming in a bit late to the conversation.
Well,
Coming in hot though, Jim.
Yeah, I know.
It's been
Way to add right
sex
away.
and champagne.
I am thrilled to see you, Jim, because I had this notion that you were in Mojave again.
I was.
When did you get back?
The other night.
Fantastic. You spend a lot of time down there now, don't you?
I do.
It's your second.
Was it just
home.
you?
It kind of is. What?
Just you?
Yes, just me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Did you go to Mojave or to go to Moon Rocks?
Okay, wait, we talking about me now? Is that what's going on?
Well, you just bloody walked in.
I did. I know. I just wanted to watch for a bit, though, get warmed up. Yes, I did get back from the Mojave Desert again. Somewhere new. Actually, John, I think you would love it. Doug, you would love it.
Where'd you go?
Have we met?
Todd, no, we have not.
Todd, my name's Jim. It's nice to meet you.
Jim,
You're
Todd,
very handsome. Yeah,
Todd
he looks
has a
fit as
Triumph
fuck.
Thruxton.
Dude, he looks fit.
If you're in the market for a 75-year-old girlfriend, the old Thruxton don't pull it off. Bro.
But if I get in trouble at the Osti tomorrow, like tonight or whatever, you got to back me up. You got to have like a pool ball in your hand.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm Jim. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Connor.
Nice to meet you, Connor. So yeah, I just got back from a place called Rainbow Basin, which is about 10 miles north of Barstow, California.
Okay.
Oh, did you go try to look for the plane?
There's a shitload of remarkable things around Barstow.
Really?
Right.
I'll just say, just to jump right into it. I've been through Barstow a lot, and I met a person hiking, and they were like, why would someone end up in Barstow? And I said, hard luck. Because that's the kind of town Barstow is.
Yeah, it's
a hard fucking town,
working
dude.
town, yeah.
It's hard. And so I was in Rainbow Basin, which is about 10 miles north of there. And it was beautiful, like a very geological area. That whole
BLM
thing.
land or what?
It was a combination of BLM land and like other stuff.
Huh.
But what was interesting, it was like a mini Utah. It was a lot of canyons, a lot of open desert.
Oh, wow.
A lot of like mines.
So it's almost like Bryce on a small scale.
Yeah, like on a very small, like a California scale.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but Utah is just Utah.
Yeah, you can't compare that.
Utah is Utah. But so ended up in Barstow, and what was fun about the trip is I did stuff other than just ride all day long. Like I woke up in the morning and I did like yoga and like stretch.
Oh, I like yoga.
And shit, right?
I like the strawberry flavor yoga.
Okay, so here, oh my god, so I wasn't ready to talk about all this stuff. Here's a good segue into a segue. I was meditating one like morning, like did my stretching, meditate, and I'm like all of a sudden, boom, a huge explosion. It was a sonic boom from the aircraft that frequent that area.
Oh, gotcha.
Dude, so the reason I went down there, should I just jump into the whole fucking thing?
Well,
because I've been like sexed up and had champagne all day. I'm not really prepared.
Yes,
he's got the sex.
Definitely had a better day than I had.
Well, I should point out that I just came from the all-you-can-eat buffet at the Bayonet Black Horse Country and Golf Club.
Cheers to that
in Monterey. So I am, I've had a good Easter Sunday as well. No, we talked about this last week. You were looking for the wreckage of the XB70 Valkyrie.
Yes. So I'll start with a big, huge cheers to Sean O'Hare, who is a podcast listener. He's a big friend of Uncle Phil out that way, and just a bitchin' dude. And he said, he kind of said, hey, here's a mission or a challenge, is to go find it's not a memorial, but it's a site where the XB70 Valkyrie crashed. So the XB70 Valkyrie took me on a trail I was not expecting.
Right.
So I ended up in the desert it wasn't a memorial, but there was a little plate that said, this is not a memorial, but men died here, so be respectful.
Oh, wow.
Right.
What was interesting, so I've been driving out to Mojave forever, right? And I know y'all have been by the plane graveyard.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, right. So they have a diner there. If you ever go by there, go to the diner.
This is by the Air Force Base?
It's right by
58 or where?
It's off 58.
Okay, yeah.
Have you been there?
Moranis, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, they got this diner at the old airplane graveyard that is now a spaceport. Like
really?
literally
Whoa.
a spaceport.
The SpaceX is flying over there, right?
So tell me what you know about it.
Oh, I don't know much. I never did.
So anyway, so I went there, had a bitchin' breakfast. I had Napales, so Napolitos, which are cactus,
Right.
Napales and eggs. It was
Right.
just bomber and tortillas. Super good, like right on the tarmac, basically.
So I just to flesh that out, because a lot of our listeners are in Europe, the best breakfast. I was lucky enough once to go to a Mexican breakfast place, and the grandma, the abuelita, was sitting in the corner cutting cactus.
Oh.
So good.
And
Cactus
you
is good.
think breakfast for breakfast?
Napales.
It is the greatest thing you could ever eat.
Oh, yeah, Napali. So imagine this if you can in your mind. I think we've all had food at a diner in an airport.
Right.
You walk in, you push the door open. As I walked down the hallway looking for the diner, there were sketches of experimental aircraft along the entire walls. I'll show you all a picture later. But that airfield is known for experimental aircraft. There's a guy, I got to look up his name.
Bert Rutan.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Wow, good
Continue.
knowledge.
So Bert Rutan had a company called Scale Composites. I don't even know if he's still alive. I think he died at the controls of one of his creations.
I have a wanted poster of him and his accomplices. Here, let me, hang on a second. I'll show you all what I'm talking about. This shit's fucking crazy. So, Sean, thank you for turning me on to the world of crazy aviation stuff. So,
Bert Rutan, he was making... You talk about wacky-looking aircraft with wings at the back and canards at the front. You kind of sit somewhere else and the engine's where it shouldn't be, and Bert made it. But that neck of the woods is very, very popular for aviators because you can test your aircraft without running the risk of flying it into a school and killing Chinese children when it crashes, because there's nothing out there. So it does tend to be quite popular, and it is as hard as it is to imagine that somewhere in California is so desolate. It is desolate.
it's
out there.
desolate. And some of the things he was known for, I think, was the first aircraft to to fly around the Earth without stopping.
Right.
It was also the first supersonic passenger aircraft.
Right.
And so we've all been past it, and I'm like, I'm going to pull in and have breakfast because that's how it just kind of shaped up. And they are still doing crazy shit out of there. So some of the stuff they're inventing out of there now is how to make a supersonic plane that does not create a sonic boom.
Oh, wow.
Right? So your
Really?
passenger jet could go across from here to Boston in 2.5 hours because it's not creating a sonic boom.
And that was the reason they grounded the Concorde, right? It was a sonic boom.
Oh, well, there's a variety of reasons that the Concorde was grounded, but it was an incredibly noisy aircraft. Not just with the sonic boom, but the sheer power of the conways that powered it. Yeah. I mean, it'd rattle windows out of the conning tower.
Well, speaking of that, so I had breakfast, bitchin' breakfast. It's worth, I wouldn't say go an hour out of your way, but I would say go half an hour out of your way.
Yeah.
As I was leaving, I saw this big 747 looking aircraft, big long, and it was at the end of the tarmac with a big hangar by itself, and it was called the Strato launcher.
Oh yeah, I know the Strato launcher.
Oh, I've heard about this. Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't know what it was.
I want to say that is the largest aircraft, twin fuselage. It is, I think it might be the largest aircraft in the world.
It had bigger than the Antonov, that one?
Oh, yeah, a lot bigger than that.
Oh, really?
Wow.
But yeah, it had 6 or 7 fucking. That's not my wiener whistle, is it?
Yes, so here we are. No, wanted Dick Rutan, known accomplices Burt Rutan and Mike Melville.
Scroll across. So these are like aviation pioneers.
Yeah, there you go.
They were building the craziest shit. So the Strato launcher is a twin fuselage, basically 2 747s built together. There's 2 of them. Wow. And they fucking go up into the upper atmosphere and launch these aircraft that are experimental that goes supersonic at I don't know what altitude. That was crazy. So one morning, this is probably one of my favorite moments of the whole trip. It was Barstow's nuts. If you haven't, don't underestimate Barstow. But I was meditating one morning, and I'm fucking just chilling, doing my thing, and it's hard to know when to stop your meditation, when to roll out of it. And all of a sudden, boom! The biggest explosion sound I've ever heard in my life.
That's time.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was a sonic boom, and I could not have been happier, to come out of a meditation from a sonic boom. And I looked up.
Oh, no way.
And because I heard the booms for a while, and I'm like, because I'm also next to Fort Irwin, which is a military base.
Right.
Yeah. And but I wasn't sure. And then you could look, and you could see where aircraft, I could finally see it, was one just screeching across the sky.
Right.
But it was super high altitude, because you could see commercial aircraft, and they're high leaving a contrail. But this one was so much higher.
Right.
Like Super Fortress higher, I don't know how high, leaving nothing but a contrail.
That's fantastic.
That's cool.
So,
So you made it to the crash site?
I did. So I went out to where
is there anything left aside from the plate, or has it been really picked?
Oh no!
Dry?
It's out there, it's desert. I saw no one when I was riding. When I
so is there any is there any wreckage?
Oh no
left?
no! It's a monument. It's a very simple monument.
Right.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of it.
I'd love to see it.
It's a grid coordinate, basically.
I'm almost reminded of the James Dean Memorial at Chalam on Highway 46, because obviously this is a crash that happened in 1955 between 2 cars. There's nothing left. I mean, the road isn't even there, but there's a very, very simple memorial of this is where James Dean died and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So what were you riding?
Oh, so...
do you take the 10.7 or the 450?
No, I took the Honda 450. So I went out to a place called Rainbow Basin Campground, Owl Canyon. And
high desert riding?
Yeah, 3,000 feet, and there was no one there. It was fucking great.
Hard pack?
It was every kind of rock you could imagine. So it was okay. Oop, John switched me over to this microphone.
Yeah, this is why we call you Jim Dual Mics Star.
The other one had a noise I was getting rid of.
Yeah. Better than Christy Canyon.
You can fold that one out of the way. There you go.
All right, so let me regroup here.
So it's rocky desert.
Yeah, so I went. It was BLM land. It's about 15 miles north of Barstow.
Right,
and it's a little canyon. It's like a mini Utah. So it was $6 a day to camp. And it was brilliant. Saw very few people, because I think if you're not the idea of hiking back there would suck, but being on a dirt bike is great.
But a lot of the same rules apply. You've got to make sure you feed yourself. You've got to make sure you hydrate yourself, and you've got to make sure that your bike has plenty of fuel, because you wouldn't want to break down or.
Yeah, it gets serious quick out there. So so at the end of the day, it's all about water. First of all, water and fuel.
Yep.
But beyond that, it was great. I thought the trails. So a couple of things about the BLM. We love BLM land because BLM spells fun. The trails were well marked, right? They had numbers and little signs.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, they're great. But you couldn't get a map. I went to the BLM land office in Barstow. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for a paper map. And they gave me a QR code. And I'm like, that's cool, but what if my fucking shit don't work, right? Paper's nice. And I could not get a paper map of the area, which was kind of a bummer. But
they didn't have them at all, or they just didn't have them in stock?
I couldn't find one. They just didn't sell them.
Oh, wow.
Which was kind of a bummer. But at the same time, it's like,
So
I love the freedom of that. So it's like, whatever.
So here's a Misfits top tip. If you're going out there, get a map online and print it off.
Or download a GPX file to your Gaia.
Yeah.
Or die.
Yeah, or die. Pretty much.
Right.
And carry a beacon.
So I had
Get
done
your
that
own
actually ahead of time on my Gaia app, which I wanted to chat about, but I had downloaded a paper map, which still, anyway, you're out there. I mean, when you're looking at Google and stuff, you're like, oh, that's not so bad. But when you're actually out there, it's like, dude.
How long was the drive from here?
It was about 6 hours from here
that sounds about right.
to Barstow. And then, because John and I have been south of there to Johnson Valley where they do King of the Hammers. So it's a little closer, which was nice. What was interesting is I didn't spend the whole time just riding, like grinding through the desert.
Right.
I did exploring. Like I mentioned, like I woke up kind of late with the sun because it was chilly and did some stretching and hung out and had like a meditative experience. But then I went into Barstow and like checked out the Natural History Museum.
Oh, fun.
It was fascinating, right? Yeah. And I went to see some old mines. That was super cool. I went to Calico Ghost Town.
Oh, I've been to Calico.
Have you been there?
Oh, yeah.
I've been past it so many times. That place was fucking brilliant.
Because you're right on Route 66.
Yes.
You're right on Route 66.
So this is up by 29 Palms or on the other side of the Marine base?
If you go to Barstow, it's just like literally like 12 miles north.
Okay.
But you may as well be in, because if like when I got out off the main dirt road, I saw nobody.
When I first came to the States, I drove across America. It took weeks to do it. And I picked up Route 66 in Sallisaw, Arkansas. And I just said, it's 66, might as well stay on. And it's quite frustrating. They've restored it a lot more now. This was 30 years ago. But back then, you'd drive it and it'd just dead end. And then you'd have to go back and pick up Highway 40. And you could always see, when you were on 66, you could see 40 right alongside you. I mean, sometimes it was 5 miles away, sometimes it was a mile away. But you could see the trucks moving up and down. And you'd have to double back. But I saw this Calico Ghost Town, and so I visited it, and it's wild. And they have people who do reenactments there. I don't know were any of those people out there.
So, yeah, there were, and I literally have about 6 videos I'm going to send you, all of trains, because you and I do share a love of trains. Every time I drove past a train on the freeway, I took a video of it, and I'm going to send them all to you right now.
Oh, fantastic.
So, yes, Calico Ghost Town, it's still active. You can see the leathersmith and all that shit. And they have a train that still goes around.
Right.
It's like a silver mine.
And they take this stuff very, very seriously. So you'll get people who do reenactments. And, they'll do a gunfight in the main street. And it's not as hokey as it sounds. It's like, you really get into this because you think, holy shit, that guy just got killed,
Sorry, I met a shaman when I was on the. When I was out and about.
Of course you did.
So, I mean,
I did. I met a shaman.
Of course you did.
It sounds like you had quite the experience.
Do you want to hear my shaman experience?
Yes.
So I asked permission to record him, and he granted it.
Okay.
It was very meaningful. Are you ready?
Listen this saying, it be trusted. When you born, you cry and world rejoice. Dream as if you'll live forever.
I will say, if you ride motorcycles, this will strike home particularly. It's a motorcycle blessing. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Live as if you'll die today. Live days as if they were your last. One day they will be. In other words, great medicine man say, have fun. Live life so when you die, world cry and you rejoice.
Oh, that's actually good. I like
so
that.
there you go. Yeah, we ate peyote. We tripped for about 4 days.
Oh, wow.
And live like the locals. So,
do you see lizards crawling and stuff?
Yeah.
So, that sounds like absolutely wonderful time, and I always take so much pleasure in your visits because, I mean, in real terms, Jim, you are still quite new to motorcycling, and you really grabbed the bull by the horns, and you found something you love to do.
I know, right? I've been motorcycling for 10 years.
Yeah. 10 already?
Dude, right?
I know.
For shizzle, right?
But here you are virtually every weekend heading down to Mojave.
Yeah.
And just living in that desert.
Yeah. And I ride like 30,000 miles on street every year just to go to work.
Fantastic.
Because I commute.
Wow.
Right.
But anyway, get out, camp, go fucking get a dual sport.
do the things.
Get a fucking dual sport.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Meditate.
Oh, were you really?
Do well. Connor's on an extremely long trip. Let's get back to you just briefly, Connor. Where's next after Santa Cruz? Do you have
after Santa Cruz? Everybody's convinced me. I wasn't planning to, but now I gotta go down the one, head down to San Diego. Just to ride the one.
Well, it's
Right.
closed halfway.
Yeah, you're not going to make it there.
You're not gonna make it around.
I'll do what I can, and then
You're only going to make it about an hour and a half down.
you're kidding.
No,
Yeah.
And then do a
closed,
week.
Yeah.
But it's worth the hour and a half.
Either way, I'll try and track down as far as I can,
Oh, right on.
and then I'm headed over to Florida, going to Daytona Beach for some rock festivals.
Fantastic. And
Right
then
on.
when you're done in Florida, I'm guessing will you go straight up the east?
I got a
coast
haul
or-
ass.
Yeah.
I got about 5 days to get back to Toronto from Florida.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's a big square. Where are you riding?
KLR 650.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
So, you know what? I mean, this is inevitably how it happens. I'd prepared material for the show in case we ran short. And we ran long already, but I do want to do some emails before we go tonight. Bagel, I always like checking in with you before we get onto emails, darling. Anything going on in Velveeta these days?
I've been busy as heck with yard work lately because we've actually had a break in the rain, so that's all I've been doing. But I'm determined to go out and ride tomorrow because the weather is beautiful up here right now.
I was going to say, I'm looking at the Heinke Heinkel behind you, the little perler.
Yes.
When was the last time you were riding that?
I've never ridden that. Ever.
Really?
It
I
still
thought that
has-
thing runs.
It's such a great looking little bike.
I was told that it ran. I've never actually started it. The fuel system would need to be completely cleaned out.
Right.
It still has the original tires and tubes from 1957.
Oh, wow.
Well, what could possibly go wrong with that? So
I kind of want to just preserve it, to be honest.
No,
it's beautiful.
I get it. So look, did Liza send you any emails?
Yes,
So
actually she did.
Do you have them to hand or now?
I do.
And Jim, did she send you emails?
I don't know.
No, it was just you and
Okay.
Bagel.
Well, listen, let's start with you, Bagel. I've got 2. How many have you got, darling?
I've got 2.
Well,
Is Liza still in Peru?
All
Yeah,
right.
she's coming back today or tomorrow.
okay. Fire away
Okay.
with your
I'm going to drop
first
a
one.
deuce in the toilet before
All
I leave.
right. Well,
As you should. We all should do that.
Well, you've heard of Captain's log. It's Jim's log. All right, Bagel, go ahead with
Yes.
your email, darling.
all right. I have an email from Patty from New Jersey.
Oh, Patty.
Oh, our old friend Patty.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Love me some Patty.
Yeah. So Patty says, "Hey, Misfits, question for the crew and a short version of my pain. What bike do you have or had that you hate that you love?"
None.
Stretch Booster.
No, I saw you ride it, and you love that fucking stretch pizza. I bet you left the cloth of menorah. What's that thing? The cloth that
I don't know.
you know the cloth that Jesus left the drippings on.
Shroud of Turin.
Shout out to her.
Yes, that's what you left on the seat of that Hayabusa.
Oh my God.
I was with
Did it
you.
look like your face?
Oh, God almighty.
Oh, that was the salty stain?
Well, you know.
Don't blaspheme the Hayabusa.
Right.
Don't blaspheme the
It's
Hayabusa.
Easter Sunday. dude.
It was no.
I'm sorry,
and I
what was
mean,
In the shape of a
question?
smiley face or what?
just so people know what was happening, a stretch booster arrived at my shop needing work. And
you straddled it.
And Jim and Liza showed up and demanded food, so we went to the local diner, and I just jumped on the boozer because it was the only thing outside that was running at that time. And my favorite part of that whole experience was the guy who had a safety vest on. And he came up and he goes, "That looks dangerous."
It was the CHP officers. There were a bunch of cops at the diner.
Isn't that one right there?
Yeah,
or is that a Connie?
Or is that a cowie?
Yeah, that's a cowie. It's too good looking to be a stretch booster. So anyway,
all right.
So back to Paddy.
Sorry, Bagel.
Back
Bing,
to
bada boom.
the one bike that you hate to love.
Oh,
A Virago.
I don't have it anymore, but it was that GS 500, that orange GS 500. I don't know. I loved that bike, but I hated it too.
Oh, I can tell you have something on your mind. You're like
Magna V45.
Magna, yeah. It's like basically a Virago.
Jesus, man, I rode the piss out of it. Yeah.
All right, so Magna, what year was it?
It's I think it might have been an 80.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Magma.
And why did you buy that bike?
Because it was $500.
Yeah.
I think my first 6 bikes together were $1,500.
So
What were you riding before the Magna?
Vespa GS.
That's actually cooler than the Magma.
But it was cheaper. I think I got it for 12 beers and $20.
Perfect. Oh, that's a good deal.
Oh, there you go then. Now it's cooler.
I'm guessing, Bagel, Paddy asked this for a reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Patty says, personally, it's a 2007 KTM 690 SM.
Oh.
Duke? The Duke.
No, the SM, right?
SM.
Okay.
I bought this used because it was such a striking design and one that I wanted since I found out that KTM made a big bore sumo.
Right.
It was trouble-free for a while.
Yeah, they always are for a while.
End of story.
Then it seems to have turned on me, and all I want to do is love it. It began to have trouble hot starting. After a fill-up, I would have to wait 10 to 15 minutes to cool before it would be likely to fire back up. But it rode flawlessly. I decided that winter would be the year of it getting the full spa treatment. All the fluids were flushed, changed, chassis cleaned up and greased, and new rotors and brake pads. But it would still not hot start. It would fire right up when cold, though. I spent over a year chasing down every possible problem, new battery, coil, fuel pump, spark plugs, and checked the valves multiple times. I even became a card-carrying member of Emma's Army by joining the Ask Miss Emma tier.
Yes.
We tried several things, and when I worked on it so much that I hated it, I brought it to a shop. Much money later, they said it was ready, and I was ready for the season. That was the beginning of this summer, and it would still turn over hard, but now it did it cold.
Oh, no.
I brought it back in the shop that had the bike all summer. Not my only ride, thank the goddesses. After being torn down several times and being on the phone with KTM in Austria all summer, I was called a month ago, and they finally got it done. They printed 4 pages of the checks that they did, and it turns out one KTM rep had a similar bike with the same problem. The decompensator was apparently out of whack, and since it was supposed to be foolproof, a foolproof system, no one ever checks it. Now it's back, and I'm taking short rides, learning to trust it. When I come back, and it's smoking like a mofo. The bolt that holds on the oil filter cover spun its threads.
Oh, no.
Rage. Fucking white hot rage.
Oh, no.
I swear I'm just trying to love this bike. Lasai.
First problem is it's an old KTM.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Well,
a helicoil, and I should be down the road. But a huge shout out to Motorcycle Mall in Belleville, New Jersey, as they had the bike all damn summer and had previously certified it. All they charged me the second time was for a head gasket.
Wow.
Solid crew work in there.
Nice.
Sorry for the long email, but it was therapeutic for me. Thanks. and I thought that bikes that you hate that you love could be a cool topic. Poodles, ding dongs, Patty.
Nice
you, Patty.
email, Patty.
Love you, Patty.
Yeah, Patty's great.
That's a way better story about a bike that I hate to love or love to hate, where the fuck it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's convoluted.
So I've got one.
Japanese fuel injection. That's what I say.
I've got one from Ike. Not quite such a great story. I think my last email was focused on how I finally added another bike to my stable. Well, due to rising costs and changing salary and wanting my oldest daughter to be able to go on a school trip to Disney World,
Cheers.
who wouldn't want that?
Everyone wants that.
I had to sell my N+1 bike.
Oh.
The funny thing is, I bought it so I would always have a bike, even if I had to take one apart for repairs or maintenance. Then, a month later, in fact, yesterday, a woman in a Jeep who was on her phone, instead of actually paying attention to the road, pulled out in front of me and gave me another motorcycle crash story. So now I have no bikes I can ride.
Oh, no.
My body is sore, my bike is wrecked, but I'm alive and thankful to be so.
Live to ride another day.
Right.
I saw it coming too. I looked at her and saw her looking at her phone and thought, she's going to try and kill me. Lo and behold, she did. Try at least. Anyway, I just want to reiterate to all my fellow bikers out there that every cage is a loaded weapon pointed at us. Don't ever forget that. Always be on guard and always wear your gear. Thanks to my boots and jacket, helmet never came near the ground. I'm only sore and not broken. If you see a cager at a stop sign, never assume they're going to stay stopped. Shiny side up, rubber side down, and stay weird, you lovable fuckers. Ike from West Texas.
Lot of mercy.
Glad you're well.
P.S.
That's a great name. Ike.
Okay, Ike.
I like Ike.
I like Ike as well. And there's a P.S. to this. P.S.
Oh, yeah?
I got a new job that I start next month that pays a lot better than my current job.
Good. Buy that bike
So
back.
I expect to be adding
Nice.
another N+1 to the stable soon.
Perfect.
Japanese fuel
Excellent.
injection.
Yes. I just wanted to add to this because you hear it so often. People are so distracted and they're on their phone, they're talking to their person who's sitting next to them, they're just simply not paying attention. Even if you see somebody at a stop sign and you look at them and they look directly back at you, do not assume they have seen you. There is a huge difference between looking and seeing and understanding.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they can actually look and just not figure the situation. It's a sobering thought. But every time any of us gets on our bikes, we run the gauntlet of people who are trying to kill us inadvertently. I mean, these are nice people. They're nice to their pet cat. They love their children. They're someone's granny. They're someone's daughter. They're someone's mom. But potentially they could be the nail in our coffin.
And what else? I agree with you. And the way one way to approach it is they just don't see us. So when we ride, you're invisible. And if they're all nice people, they just don't see you.
Right.
So ride accordingly.
And I'm a great advocate of not causing conflict out there in the road. You know, I like when I'm riding my bike, I like to see myself as this Buddha of the road, just spreading love.
Totally.
And I don't think there's value in causing conflict.
No.
You know, kicking car doors in or
I
smashing
agree.
off mirrors. It's just if you have a near miss, if somebody realizes that may be enough to wake them up.
Yeah.
I'm not here to teach anybody any lessons. If we move away from it, it's fine. But if you kind of get bent out of shape about it, and I'm going to teach these people a lesson, you'll be doing that for the rest of your damn life.
You're a magnet, right?
Yeah.
Just stay positive and stay forward.
Exactly.
What's important as a weird lesson in life is what's in front of you, not what just happened, but look in front of you and stay positive.
Yeah, keep moving forward.
Something shitty happened.
That's easier said than done. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But it's not. We all get to choose how we feel.
Right, exactly.
It's practice.
It's a bad situation. Bagel, you have another one?
Yes, I do. This is from Chris Ehrenfels.
Hey, Chris.
Chris writes, "Hello, Misfits. Long-time
Chris.
listener, first-time caller.
Oh.
That's a very lame accent. Like from not New Zealand or from
where we at, Bagel?
Sichuan or somewhere."
He says, "I think I'm too much of an uptight East Coaster to be a true misfit.
I see.
I do want to thank you.
I was going to go
for
to the
many
packy, get a
hours
rack of
of commuting."
beers and get wicked pissed. No, you fit right in.
I do want to thank you for the many hours of commuting. You've all helped me survive. I'd like to draw on all your travel experience with a question about dealing with gear. I hope to be renting a bike in Europe this fall with my wife. We'll bike for a week in Austria, then have a week of regular traveling. The question is what to do with all our riding gear after the ride. It's a lot of weight that I'd rather not lug around on foot for another week as
home.
we are country hopping, not returning to the rental city, unfortunately. With all of your globe-trotting adventures, I thought maybe one of you has dealt with this situation before, not finding much advice online. Thanks again for the great podcast and any help you can provide."
Yeah.
Ship it home.
I must admit, ship it home.
Yep.
It's moving around Europe by public transit is very, very cheap and very, very easy. And I am almost inclined to say, unless you're going to be in a different frigging country, put your gear in a locker at, the train station in Salzburg or wherever you find yourself, and just on the last day of your trip, go back and get it.
So I have a question, Emma, because you'll know. So I was in Europe last year, and a couple of things. One is public transportation in Europe is just awesome. Trains, buses, it's bitching. But mail is a curious thing.
Yes.
So if you're going to mail, say, 35 pounds of stuff back, it could take like 6 months. It could take a couple of days. Like mail from here to it's an odd thing.
And it depends on the country that you're mailing it from.
Yeah, from Italy. We mailed like an envelope with a little bit of art in it, and it took like 7 months.
Right.
But it arrived, which was awesome.
Exactly. The best advice I can give... Well, you first, Bagel.
Well, another option, I don't think it would work in this situation because he mentioned that he's not traveling back to the rental city. Now, I don't know where he's going and where he's going to be, but if you're ending in a place that you're going to be passing through on your way back to fly home, another possibility might be to just get a rental locker at like train station or something where you could just stash your gear in there for
like Jason Bourne and like 10 grand in a gun.
Exactly.
Just like weed, a little bit of weed.
Motorcycle jackets and smelly boots. And
I mean, the other thing you could do is they have a European version of cycle gear there, right?
Yeah,
just go buy some of the low end stuff that'll just get you past.
And chuck it away. You know, and it's funny when I did the first Motorcycles and Misfits tour, I was determined not to take a rain suit out there because they're bulky, and I said I'm gonna buy a rain suit.
Like I'm from Birmingham, I'm just gonna wear a garbage bag or something, right?
Well, no, I bought the rain suit that everybody in Germany wears, and it's fluorescent green. It's a one-piece suit. Yeah, and you just pull it on. And it was cheap as chips. I think it was €30. I've still got that bloody thing now because it is so good.
Did you wear it to that Furby convention you went to?
Yes, exactly. No, the plushies, darling.
The plushies.
I don't hang out with the furries, darling. I like the plushies. Isn't it?
So did we help him at all? I don't know.
No, of course we didn't, because that's what we do. That's the best advice. Get a locker and make time to go back and get your crap, because that's the only way you're going to get around it. And I'm going to be facing the same thing this summer, because I'm doing the Dolomites training tour, and then I'm doing Castles and Curves. And for the 2 weeks in between, I'm going back to England, and I'm flying EasyJet. Now, if you don't drop a deuce before you get on the EasyJet, they will charge you for the extra weight. So
it's like the Spirit or Frontier of
no, it's absolutely, you know, they
better than Ryanair.
Ryanair's like the Chinese. That one's like the fucking Koreans.
Yeah,
you're talking
exactly.
about.
No,
you had a breakfast
sorry,
burrito.
Koreans. Forgive us.
It's like EasyJet. What did you have for breakfast? You'd better go and get rid of that. So,
and here's the scratcher.
And I don't. Yeah, and there's the scratcher. And I don't know what to do with my gear. I'm kind of going to try and make nice with a hotel and see if I can put it in housekeeping for a couple of weeks.
That's
while
a
I'm
good
away.
idea. Like, make nice with a hotel.
Yeah, schmooze a little bit.
You know,
a smile goes a long way.
I've got that option of going back to the Koenigsegg, the hotel, when I return on my trip. So I've got that option if they say yes.
I think the hotel might be the best idea, though.
Well, for me, but it doesn't help him.
Or you could do like you do in Pakistan and hire somebody with a truck to just follow you.
There you go.
And their family.
A little more expensive to do that in Europe, though.
So anyway, our final email of the night, and you will like this because you were here last week, John.
I was.
Hey, this is Darcy.
Hey,
I
Darcy.
crashed your podcast last week with my girlfriend, Jessica. And I wanted to write to say thank you.
Oh, they were Yukon Gold.
Yeah,
Yukon Gold.
Allowing us on your show.
2 weeks of
the Yukoners.
Yeah. It was not what I was expecting when we were told to check out the Recycle Garage. Eric, who I had rented the bike from, just told me to check out the garage. Going on to a podcast and chatting like that is honestly way out of my comfort zone, but you guys made it really fun. Connor, this is the first time you've been on a podcast.
Yes, it is. First time I've had a mic in front of me.
Was it fun?
It was incredible.
There you go.
So that's Liza's mic. Does it smell kind of funny?
I think smell of beer.
Anyway.
It's like fried shrimp, huh?
It's got to be fried shrimp.
God,
but like the oil's kind of old.
God almighty. Ooh, that is just wrong on so many levels. I hope that it was okay that we crashed in, and I apologize if not. It's very Canadian.
They were lovely people.
They were and it's everyone has a story to tell, and it was a very valuable story, just as your story is very valuable, Connor. I've been catching up on your podcast, he goes on, and I'm really enjoying it. You sound like a great group of people that have a lot of fun talking all things motorcycling. It's amazing the help you're putting out there, and one of the things I love about the motorcycle community. I will be heading down that way again this year.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, good.
Starting in Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada.
Nice.
And meeting a friend in Vancouver, BC.
Well, that's not down here.
No, that's a long way from here.
Well, hang on.
When does he come down here?
I hope to be passing through sunny Santa Cruz on Sunday, May 26th.
Oh, is that when's the quail?
No.
They won't see
before that.
They won't see Liza and I. We'll both be on our way to Pakistan.
And if timing works out...
It's a lovely time of year, though.
Yeah, it is.
And if timing works out, I will be stopping by the garage. I just wanted to email and express my gratitude. Allowing us to join for the podcast was a really cool experience that capped off an amazing first trip around California.
Cool.
From
That's
Darcy, Yukon ADV Strom. So, Connor,
So fun having him here.
Is this your first time in California?
No, this is my second time.
But, you know, you're still a relative newcomer. I mean, what do you make...
I would consider myself completely fresh around here.
I mean, what do you make of California? We're an odd bunch, aren't we?
You guys are hilarious.
But like...
elaborate that?
Does California know how to party?
Yeah, but, you know, we're friendly souls, I think.
Great people so far. Like, I am so surprised. It paled. Like this trip so far has paled compared to the last one.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you all talked about it earlier, but
like,
today
it's so much better this time around.
Today is National Transgender Day of Visibility. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Anyway, shout out. I just want to say I love where I live because this is the most accepting place, I think, on the fucking planet is basically the Monterey Bay area.
Yep.
And if y'all didn't talk about it earlier, I just want to be like, yeah, trans people exist and they're important in our lives and they make our life better.
Word up.
Everyone
Shout
makes our life better, and I think that's it. You know, we are the people that are around us, and there's value in that. Have as many friends as you possibly can. Have as many diverse friends as you possibly can.
100%.
And the prize for that is you're going to have such a rich and interesting life.
Yep.
My God, what makes the short history of this awesome country great is the diversity. Without the diversity, America is not America. So
Preach it.
yeah. I'll step on the stump all day, son. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the diversity is it. So let's celebrate
on those wise words, I think it's time to wind this up.
Wrap it up. I got to pee and I'm hungry.
It really is. So Connor, Todd, I think you've done this before, Todd. You need to figure this out, Connor. It's very, very easy.
You'll see.
You'll see. So I think it's...
Take your pants off.
Why do you always make me do it? Oh, it's his turn.
So
Grab the motorcycle, the stretch motorcycle.
I think it's time to get out of here. This is Emma, darling.
Stumpy John.
Douglas.
I'm Connor.
Make a Jim, son.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool. Happy Zombie Day.
Happy Jesus Day.